Here's a good one. Are you riding a
Correct.
Schwinn or what? What kind of bike you got?
What kind of bike do you
I'm not running a Schwinn, no. It's a 6KU.
You seem like one of those dudes that would just roll around on a divvy.
Do I look like a... No, I'm not a dick guy. Again,
No.
that's a shot. Dude, you scream divvy guy. You're a fucking divvy guy, dude. You kidding me?
I
What
look
is
like
it
a
called?
divvy right now with this blue shirt on.
Oh, my gosh.
Time, and the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. And now, the starting lineup for your Chicago Bulls. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, and for the touchdown.
Welcome back to week 9 of the Shy Sports Weekly podcast. Your host, Max, back with the usual crew. Ty, Kyle. What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Week 9, the Juan Pierre week.
The Juan Pierre week. That's a great one. The Reed Johnson week.
Oh, Reedy. The Robbie Gold week.
We might just have to stop right there because the next one I got is the Nick Foles week.
We can go the Jim McMahon week.
Yeah, the Jim McMahon week. Nice rebound.
We got to do a Bulls Blue All Dang.
Blue All Dang, the Javi Baez week.
White Sox. Let's see.
Blackhawks, the Bobby Hull week.
Was Minnie Minoso number 9?
Sure, let's roll with that.
Is number 9 the greatest number in Chicago sports? My column. Besides number 23, actually.
Number 44 is actually.
Well, I mean, as much as I love Riz, come on. Jordan, Sandberg, Hester.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely 23.
Yeah, I mean, whoops, we forgot about that.
Can't wait for episode 23. Jordan.
But speaking of numbers, let's start off with number 65 from the Chicago Blackhawks, Andrew Shaw. Monday morning, he announces his retirement with a video they released on Blackhawks social. Not gonna lie, watching this video, I got a little teared up.
A little dusty in there.
It was somebody was cutting onions for sure. You know, it sucks. I mean, he's 5th round pick. He's in 2 drafts beforehand where he wasn't even selected. Like I said, 5th round pick, undersized guy. When I say not a ton of skill for NHL standards, but comes in his first game. I think it was his second shift. He fights Zach Rinaldo. And for those who don't know who Zach Rinaldo is, he absolutely just dummies people. Big goon on the ice.
You think John Scott would respect that one?
Zach Rinaldo? Oh yeah. That's a tilt. That's a tilt that you're happy about. But like I said, he fights Zach Rinaldo for second shift. Definitely undersized, and Pat Foley has a great saying, it's not whether you win or lose, it's whether you show up. And he's the type of guy that he didn't give a fuck if he got his ass kicked. He would show up every night, front of the net, passed. They called him the mutt. I think I saw Barstool Chief tweet this earlier, but he's the type of guy that in the locker room, people would probably tell him shut the fuck up just every day. But then like it would be followed by a smirk or a smile, just like he was just friends with everyone.
Right.
He kept the mood light in the locker room. He's the type of guy that you love to play for or love to play with, but hate to play against. And in the playoffs, he was absolutely money. His type of game translates perfectly to the playoffs. In 2013, he had the game 1 in the Stanley Cup Finals, triple overtime.
He had that OT goal against the Bruins, right?
Yeah, off his shin pads. I was there, not a big deal. That place was unbelievable for that. And then in game 6 that year, when they won it in Boston, I don't know if you remember, he took a puck off his face.
Yes.
His eye was like swollen shut. And he was just bleeding down. And then there's that awesome picture of him in the locker room with champagne flying everywhere, raising the cup. And he's got the blood dripping down and his eyes swollen. I mean, that's just, if there's a picture that just epitomizes his career, I don't even know if that's the right word, epitomizes. Is that the right word?
No, that's good. You're doing great.
I'm saying I thought I was on a roll there. Fuck. If there's a picture that epitomizes Shaw's career, it's got to be that one. Just a winner, gutsy guy who loves the party, who just loves to have fun. And that picture just encapsulates all of it. Holy fuck, encapsulates.
Do you have a master's degree or something, dude?
I don't know. Yeah, actually, now it's coming back to me. I think
not in the English language, but it sounds like it right now. But yeah, it seems like every team needs a guy like Schauser, and he fit in just perfectly in that locker room for the era of the Blackhawks that he was with the team. And I don't know, just the way that you described him, how he, what'd you say? He didn't get drafted until the 5th round, and he got passed on a couple times when he was eligible for the draft.
Mhm.
It seemed like he carried that with him and just had a chip on his shoulder throughout his career, and that's just kind of how he played. He was doing things that maybe like veterans or other guys in the locker room weren't always willing to do, and he just didn't give a shit.
So good story about Andrew Shaw, which actually relates to all three of us. So in 2015 in the Western Conference Finals, that was when we were in May, you guys were turning 21, right? Obviously May 2015, correct?
And that was so long ago. I have no idea.
That is correct.
Thank you. I guess I'm the math guy and the wordsmith over here.
Thank you for aging us.
No problem. So in that series, they went to overtime with the Ducks. And if you remember correctly, in one of the overtimes, I believe it was game 2, in that triple overtime game, the longest Blackhawks game in franchise history, Shaw headbutted a goal in overtime, which at first I thought counted, but unfortunately, which is a stupid fucking rule. I think you should be able to headbutt pucks.
I think I do remember that actually.
We were at Psalm's apartment.
Why is that not allowed? Is it only allowed if it's like an inadvertent body shot?
Yeah, honest. Yeah, that's it. But we were at Psalm's apartment for that goal. Yeah, what are you shaking your head?
I'm shaking my head because I don't remember any of this.
I think it was your 21st birthday is why I'm saying this.
Was it on May 20th?
Yeah.
Yeah, then yeah, that's right.
We were going nuts. We were going nuts in your living room. We were like,
are you just asking when your birthday was? Is that why you said was it on May 20th?
Hold on, what day is it?
Making sure the dates align, dude.
Yeah. So
guy's got his birth certificate right in front of him. He's like, was that May 20th?
Yeah. What else you got in front of you? But anyways,
I'll never tell, dude.
Just a legend. Probably not the type of guy that'll get his number hung up in the rafters or anything about that, but oh my God, I'm gonna miss him. And it's sad too, seeing
it's another blow to the Hawks this year. Another big blow of like just like a presence on the team or in the locker room or a jersey guy for the city that people just walked around and wore his sweater. That's retiring this year.
And think of from the golden era of the Blackhawks, Sharp's retired, Siebes retired, Crawford's retired, Hose is retired, Shaw's retired, Oduya, Lenny Kravitz, I think he's retired.
Lenny Kravitz. Yeah, and I mean Taze had to sit out this year. Duncan Keith's not getting any younger.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, Ray Emery's passed away. It's just not. Scott Darling isn't in the league anymore.
It is crazy to think about. I mean, in that run,
aging ourselves.
The heat of that run was only 10 or 11 years ago, and it feels like it could have been. You could tell me that it was 2 years ago that they had all these guys and they were making a push for the cup, and I believe you.
Yeah, like especially now over these next 2 months here, there's gonna be a ton of on this days that are just Blackhawks playoff related. Like I was today, they didn't even win the game, but Taze scored down game 7, shorthanded, down 1 with under 2 minutes left, and he tied it. Like just things like that. That was literally 10 years ago today. And I could remember that.
What do you think they do? Like what kind of direction do they head in, or what do they do with this roster now? Because it doesn't look like they're gonna make the playoffs.
No, they're not gonna make the playoffs. I think they need to, and this is something that they'll never do, but I really do think they need to change the coaching staff. I don't think you win with Jeremy Colleton as your coach. He doesn't coach with conviction, right? Correct word?
You gotta stop questioning yourself. You just gotta roll with it. You gotta have confidence.
Like, I'm not convicting him, but he needs to coach with conviction.
There you go. You just move on to the next word.
Yeah, I know. I got my MBA. But he doesn't. I don't think he coaches with any conviction. He coaches with no balls.
I mean,
And
yeah, I've seen him in like
like
a
a guy like
post game
Joe
presser,
Quenneville.
and it sounds like he knows his shit. Like he definitely knows the game well, but yeah, I don't know. He also looks like a kid. He looks like he's 25 years old or younger than some of the guys in the locker room.
He played with Seabrook in the under 18s in Canada growing up. He's actually younger than Brent Seabrook. So I mean,
That's wild.
he's I think 36, 37. But it's hard to. I mean, I would have to imagine it's hard for a guy like Patrick Kane or Duncan Keith, guys like that who have won 3 cups, to be taking, not that, and I'm sure they're taking direction. Not that I'm not saying that they're not, but don't you think it's kind of hard for them to take direction
Based on our conversation with
guys
John
with
Scott,
leadership
Kane's probably just saying, "Give me the fucking puck.
and
Put the
get
fucking
fuck
puck on my tape."
I don't know. I just think you need a guy. I mean, again, I wish Quenneville didn't leave. I've always said I'm not happy that he left, but a guy like Gerard Gallant, and I know you have no fucking idea who that is, but he's a Quenneville-esque type of guy. But think of it like in baseball standards, or so Quenneville, he was a player's coach. He was a player friendly coach.
Probably
Is that
not
the
going to go as far to say as he's like a Joe Madden comparison. Madden's just so far out there. It's
Exactly. But and I would say Colleton is still a player friendly coach, but Quenneville was, I guess, a little more old school, and I don't think he used a ton of analytics. Where Jeremy Colleton, I think he breaks out the jargons to spreadsheets and whatnot. Where I think the Hawks need a little more sandpaper finish, and I think that Gerard Gallant's the type of guy that you can bring in. Fuck, I don't even. He honestly could be coaching somewhere right now, and I would have no idea. He was the coach he led Vegas to the Stanley Cup Finals in their first year. That he was their coach.
yeah, it's okay. Yeah, see, I knew that.
You had no fucking idea. But whatever. Hawks make me sad. Bears make me sad. How bad are the Bears going to fuck up in this?
Let's just
NFL
keep
draft?
talking about things that make us sad, I guess.
I mean, pretty much everything in Chicago sports right now, unfortunately. But that's why we're here. We're here to, no negative energy, positive.
There's a
vibes.
couple of things that don't make me sad that's going on in the baseball world, but yeah, let's talk about the Bears first.
So this Thursday, the draft, first round,
Big night. Draft night is always a fun night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
For me, it's usually like I'm in, like a softball league. Warm weather's just starting to kick back up. You go out, maybe have a couple beers before/after the game and watch draft coverage and hope that the Bears don't botch their first round pick.
Yeah, so let's talk about them trying to not botch their first round pick. And we won't go into specifics about what players, because obviously you could say if offensive lineman, there's 4 or 5 different prospects that could fill that void. But who do you think, or what position do you think they should be addressing? And this is saying if they don't move up in the draft, what position do you think they should be addressing with the 20th pick?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think the positions that they need the most help with are definitely offensive line, cornerback, and quarterback. I would say those are the 3 positions that they need to walk away from the draft with either a trade or draft capital, or some kind. They need to make some move towards improving those positions with losing Kyle Fuller. Obviously, Andy Dalton is not the guy at quarterback. Like they need to bring someone else in. And if Andy Dalton is the guy, then you better build up. You better start right now by getting an offensive lineman that's going to be able to hopefully step in and protect him immediately.
No, he's not the guy, but I'm going to throw some names out here. We'll see. We'll start with offensive linemen. So offensive tackle Rashawn Slater from Northwestern, then Tevin Jenkins from.
I was going to say I've seen the name Tevin Jenkins thrown around, the guy from Oklahoma State.
Have you seen a picture of him?
He's a unit.
I mean, aren't they all?
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about first round offensive linemen. I don't think any of them are not going to be units.
So where are you going with this picture comment?
No, it's just his headshot. He's got specs on. He looks pretty sweet.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy. Good-looking fella. And then what was the last name? I can't. Of course, now I can't find. Oh, Christian Darisaw from Virginia Tech. Who you want? He is actually a unit. His hands are like Andre the Giant's.
He's got mitts. He's got mitts for hands, huh?
Yeah, he's got Mitch for hands, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, this Tevin Jenkins kid is 6'5", 310. Like, it's gonna take you at least 30 seconds to get around that.
Do you think the three of us could beat him up?
What kind of weapons are you giving us?
Would I get a crossbow? If so, then maybe.
A night out at Sluggers.
How about a 2x4?
I mean, he already has one of those right between his legs. Saul knew where that was going.
Yeah, saw that one from a mile away.
Yeah, what can everybody see with his 2x4?
I actually saw there's a DB from Northwestern that is being
Mhm.
talked about too. Greg Newsom.
Yeah, what do you know about him?
Not much. Just know that he played for Northwestern, and he could be a guy that could replace Fuller if they want to grab him in the first round.
Do you
Looks like
remember
he's
the-
going right around that range of picks in the first.
Should have asked
You know-
Flynn about him, dude.
And then there's this other kid, Caleb Farley from Virginia Tech. Supposedly he's got like a back injury or a back issue, but sounds like his talent is definitely better than late first round. If he was healthy and never, didn't have any back issues or anything like that, it sounds like he'd be sliding up draft boards and would be picked earlier in the first.
So we'll move on. I guess we'll move off the Bears slightly here and just go. I guess you could say it's our little mock draft, so to say. But do you foresee any quarterbacks falling to 20? And secondly, how do you see the quarterbacks or the top 10 playing out?
I don't see a quarterback falling them at 20 that they're actually gonna want to take a chance on. I was you called this a few episodes ago. You mentioned Mac Jones, and at the time I wasn't sold on Mac Jones, but now he's expected to go 15th to the Pats. Like he's definitely gonna get picked before the Bears have a chance.
15, dude, he's gonna go like third.
Like, I mean, yeah, and that at the latest, he's going 15th to the Pats. And there was a time where earlier in the offseason, there was talk that he would be available at 20, but
When we first started the podcast, we were saying he's going to be available at 20. It was like when the Bears draft at 20, should they take him or should they just try to get him in the second round or something like that?
yeah,
It was
exactly.
a top
So
three pick.
right, so his stock shot up after the combine. But yeah, there's been a little bit of talk. I've seen a couple mock drafts where they take Kellen Mond in the second round. It's kind of like a Cam Newton type build. The guy, he's got a big arm. He can run a little bit too. He'd kind of be an interesting pick. I don't know. Might be worth taking a chance on if they grab him in the second.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of people think he's a smaller quarterback, but he's actually 6'3" he's great mobility. I think he's got a great arm, to be honest. I mean, fuck, what was Texas A&M? They were 5th this year, right?
Yeah. So what? You're hoping they take a shot at him
Not in the first round, but
second or
so.
third?
I mean, I wouldn't mind taking a shot on him. I've also seen them linked to, is it Davis Mills from Stanford? Is that the
Yep.
name? Tell me that guy doesn't play lacrosse. Davis Mills.
He either plays lacrosse or chess.
Davis Mills. Hey, remind me if I ever have kids to not name my kid Davis.
Davis Mills, Davis
Mil-
Milinovich.
Davis Milinovich. Davis Mills. That would be Davis Mills. Woof. But yeah, let's break down how do you see the quarterback shaping out then in the top 10? Give me the Max B mock draft. Top 10.
Yeah, I guess if I had to put together a list of my top 5 or 6 QBs or whatever that'll go off the board, there's going to be a lot of them in the first round this year. I think Trevor Lawrence is the first pick, no doubt. He's always been the first pick. I mean, The guy has everything that you look for in a first round quarterback, and I don't think you could pass on him. So I'll take Lawrence first, and then I would say Zach Wilson is probably two. He looks really solid at the pro days or the combine or whatever you want to call it. I think he looks like he's really got the build and the ability and the arm strength to be a solid NFL QB.
And then real quick to cut you off, that's Trevor Lawrence to the Jaguars at 1 and Zach Wilson to the Jets at 2.
Yeah, that's what I got so far. I don't know about teams, but as far as like, because I don't know what the Niners are going to do. I don't know if they take a quarterback at 3. Seems like they probably should too. But in my opinion, there's some mock drafts that have Justin Fields falling. I would take him as the third quarterback off the board. In fact, there's actually a mock
Really?
draft I'm looking at right now that has the Bears trading up to get Justin Fields.
Stop. At 3?
No, they would trade up to get him at 14.
How is Justin Fields going to fall to 14?
I don't know. I don't get that. But I would put him as my third quarterback. Kid played at
So that
Ohio
would be-
State and absolutely balled out in the college football playoff.
So he would have to fall past teams like the Broncos, the Lions, the Giants, the Eagles, and then the Vikings. That would mean
No,
the
so they
Bears
have
would
him
be
trading up just ahead of the Lions. 1 pick ahead of the Lions.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't see Justin Fields falling to 14.
I'm not
Or
saying
even
I buy it.
Not the top 10, but
But
fuck
he's
if
my
that-
he's my
that-
third quarterback. Then I would say Mac Jones is 4, and then I'll go Trey Lance 5, the North Dakota State kid. Just because I don't know if I necessarily trust the competition that he was playing, but then you take a look at Josh Allen, who's an absolute freak and probably the next best quarterback after Patrick Mahomes in the NFL.
Yeah. Ooh, wait, hold on. Let's embrace that. You think he's the second best quarterback in the league?
I don't
Who
know.
do you think would be the second best?
I mean, the only other guy that comes to mind is fucking Brady because, I mean,
how do you say he's not the best quarterback?
he's clearly still playing at an elite level and winning. You won the Super Bowl, beat the Chiefs.
He is right now a Super Bowl champion.
I think it's
the Super Bowl.
Mahomes, then Brady, then Josh Allen.
Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson.
I'd rather have
Those are
Josh
first
Allen than either of those guys.
Wilson or Watson. You would rather have Josh Allen than Russell Wilson.
Yes.
Like
if you're
both
thinking
of us.
if you're thinking a long-term thing, I'd back.
I'm
that
not like
statement.
one. Like you need one game right now.
Just one
You're thinking-
game.
That's different.
If it's one
One
game,
season.
then I'll take Russell Wilson.
I'll say one season, this upcoming season. This is it. End of football.
I'll still take Josh Allen this season.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
Dude led
it's
his
hard-
team in rushing touchdowns. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he probably did. He's what? He's not. Hey, he's not small.
No, he's
6,
not small.
6.
This is what, his third or fourth year now?
He was the year after Mitch, so yeah, this will be his 4th year.
I think last season, obviously he had a huge year stats wise. He led the Bills to the AFC Championship. I think that was going to be a huge learning and growth year for him heading into this season.
Nice. Yeah, I like Joshy. He's a good guy. Seems like a good guy. I don't know, but maybe one day.
All right, what's your QB list? Who's going where?
Oh, I wasn't expecting a follow up for me. You're the football guy, but I'll give you one here anyways because I come prepared. Unlike some people I know. I'm gonna go Trevor Lawrence 1, Zach Wilson 2. I think Mac Jones is a lock to go to the Niners at 3. To be honest, Kyle Shanahan said he had some weird ass quote today where he said nobody's guaranteed to be alive on Sunday, so I can't tell you who our starting quarterback is, but we'll have a starting quarterback. It was just a weird quote where I think he's going to draft somebody early, and it's just going to be awkward with Jimmy G, and I think Jimmy G is going to go to the Pats, and then him and Cam Newton are going to duel it out, but it's going to be weird because they're two different style quarterbacks, but this isn't a Pats pod, so I don't give a fuck. Where are we at after that? Then I have Justin Fields 4, and Trey Lance 5. That's kind of
Okay.
where where my head's at. So I guess I have the same order as you, right? Actually,
Yeah. So did you really come prepared, or did you just listen to what I said and then repeat it?
yeah, but I at least named the teams. I named, or I at least named the Niners.
I
You
named the
a
Niners.
team.
I said the Niners.
Well, you
I don't
said
know.
you
I mean,
didn't
they
know
need a
what the Niners
quarterback. Will
were
they
gonna
take 1 at 3?
No, you just said you didn't know what they were gonna do. I think Justin Fields is gonna go to the Broncos at 4, and then I think somebody's stupid, and I really hope it's not Ryan Pace is gonna trade up to take. Or they're not the Broncos at 4. Just he's gonna be the 4th quarterback taken to whenever the Broncos are picking, and then somebody's gonna be stupid and trade up to take what was his fucking name, Trey Lance. And like I said, I pray it's not Ryan Pace because that's not good. We know what happens with quarterbacks. Hey, what did we say? He's a 2nd to 6th round guru in the draft.
Right. So maybe, yeah, he takes Mond in the 2nd. Bears are 12-4 next year.
Super Bowl 13-4, 17 game schedule. Think about it. Come on now.
How about we why don't we just build like the perfect prototypical QB like of all time?
Okay. What's the criteria? Are we using like Bears quarterbacks here?
No, let's just say this is going to be the Bears quarterback.
Okay,
And
well,
you
like, are we using like current NFL quarterbacks? Or are we using like previous Bears quarterbacks? What did you want to do? That's what I'm saying. What's the criteria?
I think you could just use any, like, let's say, I don't know, we're going to do arm strength or mobility or whatever the 5 skills are that we choose. And then,
Yeah, I got you here. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do you can only do a quarterback that play or dressed. I'll say dressed, but played for the Bears, at least played for the Bears for 1 game, and you can only use 1 attribute, or you can only use 1 player for 1 attribute. You can't use like Jay Cutler's arm and hair or some shit.
I was just going to ask if I could just use Cutler.
Yeah, because that's actually who I was gonna use.
So this was a good idea.
That was gonna be the cop-out answer, to be honest, with everything.
How
But
about we do a Bears one, and then we also do just an all-time NFL one?
all right, perfect. Know what we're doing here? Compromise.
Beauty.
All right,
Teamwork makes the dream work.
all right, so let's have five characteristics or 5 categories, I should say, not characteristics.
So the
words.
first 2 were arm strength and mobility.
Arm strength, mobility. We'll say hair, but more like hair and looks.
Yeah, face.
Like, is this guy hot?
Just head.
Yeah, head. Does this guy got a big or does he get a little head? Jersey number. That's low key. That's a huge factor.
Right. So that's
I want
4.
my quarterback wearing number 1. You're a fucking loser.
So you hate Cam Newton.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like him. Has he ever won a Super Bowl?
No,
Show me a quarterback who's worn number 1 that's won a Super Bowl.
I can't.
Exactly. And then the 5th category will be intangibles.
Okay.
You want me to kick it off or do you want to go?
Go ahead. Let's start with the Bears list. It's got to be all Bears quarterbacks.
Okay. Ready? I'm going to go Jay Cutler hair and face.
Interesting.
He is probably the best. He's probably one of the best looking Bears quarterbacks, hands down. That hair is absolutely luscious. There's no 2 ways about it, right? Tell me I'm wrong. Nope.
Dude had great hair. I will say that when he first came to the Bears, his hair looked absolutely ridiculous. He
We're
just
gonna
looked like
go later years Jay's hair
okay. There we go.
with a beard, a little scruff. If Jay had that type of hair,
Okay.
we're gonna go sexy Rexy's arm. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna go Cordell Stewart's mobility. We're gonna go Mitch Trubisky's jersey number.
Saul, you writing this down?
Oh yeah, I'm writing this down.
And then intangibles, we're gonna go Nick Foles.
Nick Foles intangibles.
Oh, Super Bowl MVP. Huge dick.
That's
I mean,
interesting.
That count for something. Do you want a quarterback that's got a small hog in the locker room? Can't command a huddle? Or do you want a guy that's swinging it around out there with Ernie B?
Okay, you got a fair point.
That's what I'm saying. So that's my perfect Bears quarterback. I'll try to Photoshop all of those guys together. Somewhere.
Okay, that's a good one. Let's see. Let me think about this. So I was kind of surprised that you went with hair for Cutler. I'm going arm strength with Cutler.
Okay.
Cutler in his prime, the guy could fucking throw bombs downfield. 60-yard passes, no problem. I'll go Cutler arm strength. Hair, I don't know why I can't get off this. This is the only guy that's coming to mind when I think hair, and it's Chad Hutchinson. Just the surfer Cali guy, blonde locks, like that's it. Chad Hutchinson, Bears QB, hair, Jay Cutler, arm. That's the start.
Okay. I like it.
Intangibles, I'm gonna go Jim McMahon. Because the guy just got the job done. Like he's willing to throw. He's the punky QB that throws his body all over the field. Jim McMahon intangibles. And he just kind of has like the command of the huddle in the locker room, I think, and the respect of the players. Mobility, I'll go Mitch, 10 God mobility. Guy can move. Kind of miss him already. All right, and then lastly, I'll go with let's just go with number 4. Jim Harbaugh. Because why not? Because Jim Harbaugh is a funny guy. And Brett Favre was number 4 and gave me nightmares. And I wish he was on the Bears. So I'll just go with number 4.
Okay. I like that. I can respect that. Do you want to do if you're building your perfect quarterback for full teams or
Yes.
using all? Okay, I'm gonna go first here. Rapid fire. Face and hair, Tom Brady. Arm strength, Patrick Mahomes. Mobility, gotta be Lamar Jackson. Jersey number, for a quarterback. I'm gonna go Josh Allen. I like that. And then intangibles, I'm still going Nick Foles for the exact same reasons I said before.
Sticking to your guns, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll go face and hair. I'm going to go Drew Brees.
What?
Yep. Just because why not?
Oh, doesn't count. He's retired. Doesn't
Wait.
count.
Did we say that?
I chose all quarterbacks who are currently playing.
Seems like a personal preference thing.
I'm going to say, all right, fine. Face and hair, I kind of just want to go Tom Brady too, because that is the easy answer. Let's go Jimmy Garoppolo.
I mean, yeah, he's hot as shit.
Face and hair, Jimmy Garoppolo, Man Rocket, Arlington Heights guy. Grew up in the area. Face and hair, Jimmy Garoppolo. Arm strength.
It's all between his legs.
Exactly. Arm strength, I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Just because everyone knows what he could do with the deep ball. Mobility, I'm going to go Patrick Mahomes, just like you did.
I want
that's
Patrick Mahomes arm strength.
Okay, then I'll go Patrick Mahomes mobility and the ability to throw on the run. Jersey number, I'm going to go Alex Smith, just because 11 is my favorite number. And intangibles. Shit. I don't know. This is tough. Give me some ideas. Solomon, what do you got for intangible QBs? Let me guess. Ben Roethlisberger.
No. Josh Dobbs, dude's an aerospace engineer. And
Guy
there's
has-
a Steeler for you.
Guy literally has no hair. Can't trust him. I don't care.
Yeah,
if
but he's a genius like you because you have your master's.
He uses big words like Kyle.
You might have to take him then.
All right, Josh Dobbs, the aerospace engineer.
Josh
Imagine an aerospace engineer that looks like Jimmy Garoppolo with the arm strength of Aaron Rodgers and the mobility of Patrick Mahomes.
I mean,
Number 11. I'm getting his jersey.
we'll put a vote out there and see who has the better quarterback, who would win more games. My guy or your guy. We'll go all NFL. We'll do both. We'll do Bears and in all NFL. We'll see who wins. We'll take it to the Twitter streets.
Deal.
Okay?
Can't wait for people to tweet pictures of Chad Hutchinson as a reply.
By the way, I just Googled Chad Hutchinson. I don't think his hair is that good, and he's an ugly prick. So I don't know if any ugly quarterback has ever won a Super Bowl.
There was a point in time where he had long blonde hair.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Let's do one last segment. I think we're running low on time, Ty, right?
Yeah, we're at about 40 minutes now.
All right, we'll wrap it up here then with what do we think the best and worst draft picks of the past 10 years for the Bears are? We'll just say strictly value. We won't say, a 7th round guy who just absolutely sucked. We'll say wherever they were picked and what was expected of them from each side. So I don't know if you're ready. I have a couple guys, but if you're not ready, I'll go.
No, you can go first.
All right, I'm gonna say worst pick is John Bostic
Okay, that's a good one.
from Florida. I don't know if you remember, he had that big hit. I think it was in the Sugar Bowl against Teddy Bridgewater. He absolutely fucking annihilated him.
Yeah.
And it kind of is just stuck in my brain, like who was it, Jadeveon Clowney, how he hit that Michigan running back. You remember that?
Yep.
And,
Just popped his helmet off.
exactly. Not quite as memorable as that, but it's still something along those lines where he just absolutely trucked this guy or trucked Teddy Bridgewater, but then was in the league. He's still in the league. I think he's with the Redskins, Washington. But he had never panned out, kind of just a shitty football player. And
Yeah, I think he laid like a couple big hits with the Bears, but like you said, nothing really memorable or notable.
Listen, he was on that 2013 defense, and they sucked.
Really surprised though that you didn't say Kevin White was the worst pick.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't even know. He still could be a stud. You don't know.
Kevin
And
White
injury-
is basically generic answer one for the worst Bears pick of the decade.
Yeah, that's too low hanging a fruit, I guess. Yeah, I would say. I mean, he's the obvious answer. And
But
then
I feel like his name needs to be mentioned.
yeah, this is the Kevin White Memorial worst draft pick of the past 10 years draft.
Exactly.
Sponsored by Kevin White.
And I'm sure you're a great guy, Kevin, but you're just not a great first round pick at wide receiver.
No, you are not, but you definitely could come on the pod and we could discuss that. And then for the best first round pick, this was kind of tough. I mean, I was thinking I had a few guys and I didn't want to pick a first rounder here. So I'm going to go with a 6th rounder and Darnell Mooney.
Okay.
I think that guy, diamond in the rough, value in the 6th round from Tulane. And I always go back to the last few games of the season this year against Minnesota, and then the very last game of the year against Green Bay. That catch he had deep down the middle, beautiful throw by Mitch. Not a big deal. Mitch roll out, deep throw down the center of the field, just absolute speedster. I'm gonna go Darnell Mooney.
Good pick. It's interesting that you're going with Mooney already. That this early on, it's really hard to tell, but he does seem like an electric talent, that wideout. I think, and this is kind of an obvious one too. What about Roquan Smith?
Yeah, no, you're right. He's a stud. I love that guy.
I mean, guys finished.
Butthole licked. Have I ever told you about
guys finished every season with over 100 tackles?
Hey, wait, hold on. Have you ever heard that he likes to get his butthole licked?
No.
If I've never told you about that, I think
No. Why do you know that?
Firsthand experience.
Surprise.
Fatty. I don't know why Brendan knew this actually, but yeah, Fatty told me I don't know. I think he knows a friend of a friend who may have tongue punched his fart box, but we can move on to more real stats.
Okay.
Okay.
What about Bojack?
He's good. I didn't like his play last year though. I know that sounds like bitchy because he's obviously a stud. And we talked about it a couple podcasts ago where I think he's gonna thrive more under Sean Desai than he was under Chuck Pagano. Just he'll have more he'll be allowed to play more aggressively, but I think Darnell Mooney's better value, so to say, the kind of diamond in the rough pick.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean,
Plus Eddie Jackson fell because he broke his leg in college, where if
towards ACL, yep.
he would have been a second round pick, where
There's
Darnell
talk that that he just wasn't the same guy last year. He did have 2 pick sixes that were called back, but those don't count.
No.
So yeah, for my worst, I'm definitely rolling with Kevin White. It's an obvious choice, like we said, but can't be ignored. And then my 2 best, I really think, are a toss up between Roquan and Eddie Jackson. Both those guys have been. What's that?
I'm saying you named Kevin White in the even though he's sponsoring the Kevin White Memorial Best and Worst Draft Picks of the past 10 years draft here.
Yeah, I'm calling him out right now.
He's our sponsor.
Honorable mentions. We didn't mention David Montgomery.
Yeah, I think running backs are a dime a dozen. I'm not impressed.
Eddie Goldman.
Very good pick, but kind of a pussy not to play last year. Scared of COVID. Just kidding. That was a joke. I'm scared of him. Jalen Johnson. I mean, maybe it's a little recency bias here, but I liked his. He's going to be a stud out of Utah.
Yes, Jalen Johnson's a good one.
What about?
Should we go back to the bad? Adam Shaheen.
Oof. Shea McClellan.
I think there's honestly a good argument for people to say that Mitch was the worst pick.
Yes and no. I'll say no from the aspect that a lot of experts had him going where the Bears took him. He was the top rated quarterback between Mahomes and Watson. So yeah, from that aspect, but from obviously the play.
But yes, from the point of view where they passed on arguably the best quarterback of all time and another guy who is basically a perennial MVP race quarterback in Deshaun Watson.
We have to, not that anybody cares that we address this, but do we like Deshaun Watson or what's going on there?
Too soon to tell. Too soon to tell.
I mean, I want him on the Bears.
You want him on the Bears?
Don't you?
I mean,
If he can leave the masseuse at home, sure. Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
actually, you know what? I forgot about all that. I was like, where the hell is he going with this? Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Thanks, Sam. Thanks for picking me up there.
Yeah, actually, give him X on Deshaun Watson. Out.
Big X
Out.
on the show.
Out until further notice.
How does that work with even if he's? I mean, we'll just say he's playing with the Texans this year. How does that work when he's being accused of all these sexual assaults? Is that what it is? Is that like what he's being?
I believe so. Some form of sexual misconduct.
Yeah. How is he allowed to play still, or is it? I don't know. I don't even know how that works.
I don't either. I don't think he should be, but it always seems like in sports are bigger than everything. People forget about things quickly, unfortunately.
Yeah, which kind of sucks, but we're probably somehow misstating what's actually going on. But
yes,
that's us. We do not know anything. We are idiots.
We're not investigative journalists.
No, Psalm's just sitting here picking his 3 chin hairs.
Hey man, I trimmed it today. That's how long it's been, dude. You should see it over here. Looks like a nice patch of dirt right on my chin, bro.
What'd you just trim?
My beard, dude.
Oh.
You look exactly the same every week.
Just
uglier than ever.
Speaking of high, let's end this on a high note with our last segment, the last interview, I guess you could say. It's a new segment once a month here, hopefully. It's called Complaints with Randy. It's a friend of ours, Randy Zazugel. Great guy. Big head. Big fucking head. Hey, you know what they say? The bigger the head, the bigger the star. Right?
A lot of Chicago information jammed in that big old head.
Yeah. He's got the tightest beanie on you'll ever see listing off these complaints, but he's literally a one of a kind character. He's a cartoon character in a human body.
He is. He's a funny dude. I think you guys are gonna enjoy listening to him riff about the city of Chicago and everything that he thinks is wrong with it.
So without further ado, Randall's Azoogle.
All right, we're starting a new segment this week. We got a new guest, first time, long time listener, first time appearance on the show. We got Randy. He knows a thing or two about the 606 trail, big bike riding guy in the city of Chicago. What's up, Randy? Thanks for joining us, big guy.
Fellas, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. You guys are doing a good job so far. When you guys said you guys were going to start this, I doubted you for a hot second, but dude, you guys came out firing with fucking Jim McMahon and John Scott. So good work so far.
Thanks. Now look at you. You're joining the show. You're following those two up.
Our biggest guest.
Yeah, no, this is good for me. This is going to be therapeutic in a sense.
I can.
Oh yeah, Randy knows a thing or two about the city of Chicago, the ins and outs, all the bullshit that goes on down here, good and bad. So a couple of things you want to talk about that are really burning you up a little bit over there.
Yeah, this one's actually the timing couldn't have been better. So I don't know what exactly you call it, but you know the little sticker you have on the top right-hand corner of your license plate? It's got like the month and date or the month and year on it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like your vehicle sticker, basically,
yeah, exactly. Right? Your vehicle registration, you got to renew it every year. So mine was up in April. So like middle to the end of March, I renewed it, bought it online, and got an email that says, print this receipt and keep it in your car, while you wait for your other sticker to come. Perfect. I printed it, put it in the back window, just letting it sit there until I got my sticker. Beginning of last week, I got a little orange fucking slip from a tickets fairy, whatever the fuck you want to call them. So I look at it, I'm walking in my car and I see it. I'm like, no way. It's got to be for like parking on the street for, during street cleaning week or something. I don't know. I look at it and it verbatim says that your vehicle's registration is expired. I go, what the fucking shit, dude? So I appealed it right away. I literally sent in that receipt that I was given online and they replied with some bullshit like excuse answer. You could tell it was automated or something. And basically I still have to pay the $80. Like, again, it's not the end of the world, but like
$80 is $80.
This, like, you know what I could do with $80? Holla. Well, like, dude, it's fucking bullshit. Like,
that is bullshit. First of all, I didn't even know they could give you a ticket for that when your car's parked and no one's in it. I thought that was like that's like off limits. Like, I thought you got to be driving to get a ticket for that.
Dude, I'm gonna save this one for another time, but whatever the city can do to fleece you for a couple bucks, they will do it in a goddamn heartbeat, dude. Like, it's unfucking believable. I know, not around like by me, like in the Wicker Park, but in kind of the area next over, they have these posts, and they literally look like a street light. And if you go, I believe, 1 mile per hour over the speed limit, they will fucking hose you. It has like these posts have like cameras on them, and they'll fleece you just like that. It's unfucking believable. Speaking of other things that suck, this was just
wait, before you go on, I gotta say that little sticker on my license plate is expired as fuck. I know for a fact that mine still says like 2020 on it. And every time I drive around, I'm thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, what? Like, I'm gonna get fucking pulled over and I'm gonna get a ticket one of these times.
That, or you know what? Every time, I don't know where you park, if you have a lot, but just throw a fucking blanket over your car or something. Because
that's the thing. My car's in the garage, so anytime I'm driving to like the gym or anywhere that I go, literally anywhere I drive my car, I'm like, I'm a fucking ticking time bomb.
You're playing Russian roulette.
Do you work out, dude?
Kind of exciting.
Was that just a sick brag to say you work out?
When I drive to the
gym. No.
The gym, I usually do squats.
I do a couple curls and get out of there.
You definitely do not mix in the squats ever.
I mix in the sauna on a Sunday afternoon.
Wait,
but
keeping on the go on your car. Is it
top right portion of your license Yeah, of your license plate. You fuck. I said that.
Then why would you put what are you gonna put a blanket over your car for?
I don't know. Like to cover your car entirely.
It gets
to make
cold
it
at night.
It's just not being used.
I
You know when
couldn't tell
people
you the
put like
last
those
time.
fucking covers. Never mind. No one really does that anymore.
Who buys a cover for their car?
People do that in like garages and stuff.
Mustang owners mostly.
Yes, fair. Thank you, son. Fuck you, KY.
Randy, you seem like the kind of guy that would put lawn chairs in the street to hold your spot. Are you one of those guys?
That's a fucking shot. Absolutely not, dude. Are you kidding me? No, I fucking hate people who do that, especially around me, just because it's not like permit parking, so you don't have to buy it. Again, another dumb fucking thing you have to pay for if you're a car in the city. Like we don't have to buy that vehicle sticker at all. It's all free parking. So given that that's the case, like there's plenty of spots around here. You don't have to do that yet. It still happens. So
I can ask, this is probably a question that it would inevitably come up, but how much money would somebody have to pay you to pipe Lori Lightfoot?
give me a couple suds, man. It won't be much, man. I've done worse. Not worse, but you know.
Hey, draw a circle for us.
No. Look at my head. That's a fucking circle. But keeping on this tangent of things that suck. I guess another thing that kind of pisses me off is, as you guys know, I'm an avid bike rider. I'm always buzzing around, and which, by the way, let me say it first. I get it. When you're driving, some people ride like fucking assholes without an absolute doubt. So I do get that, but just being on the other side, when you go down by the lake, dude, I get it. It's congested. I'm not riding around trying to be a prick, but dude, there are some people who run or walk or do whatever. They turn around from a distance and see me coming or whoever it is, dude, they will purposely go from walking on the side to the middle of the track and just stop cold turkey. I'm not kidding. Not slow down or get in my way, but just stop. So one time, by my mistake, I was looking on my phone and I look up. Someone's just standing there looking right at me, sitting in the middle of the fucking not track, the path. Yeah, the path.
They're ready to take a charge.
Yeah, and I was like, and I hit the brakes, and
first rule of biking, you don't text and pedal, dude.
No, I know, and I don't wear a helmet either because I'm a bad motherfucker. But dude, this lady looks right at me. She's like, "Why are you going so fast?" I'm like, "Excuse me." She goes, "Why are you going so fast?" Like, ma'am, I'm not going fast at all. Like, I'm not even getting in the way. You're the one stopping in the middle of a bike path. She goes, you shouldn't be riding like that. I'm like, well, when you drive, you just stop in the middle of the street and just stare at people. What the fuck is wrong with you?
And tell them to stop going so fast.
Yeah, and I seriously wasn't. I wasn't even going that fast. But
all right, well, what's your take on people that are riding their bikes around in like the loop, like in the middle of the street, as if it's like a fucking car? They want like turn signals on the back of their bike.
Right, and and that's what I'm talking about. Like you should not be riding like that. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, streets are made for fucking cars, not bikes. Some people do ride like fucking idiots, without a doubt. But
do you associate yourself with those people? Are you one of them?
No, I'm not one of those people. I'm also not one of those people. You know, like the people who take like biking or like the racing like seriously, and they wear like the tight jumpsuits and like the helmets and all that shit. That would be Kyle for sure, 100%. But no, I don't.
Kyle's got the hair for that right now.
He does, dude. Can I see that mop? Let me see it real quick.
He just needs the White Goodman jumpsuit.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Look at that. That's not great.
All right.
I
think we're good. Let me think of some other ones for next week.
You know, hey, when you're biking, how many fuck yous do you drop?
Wow.
Like to people like fuck
dude,
you.
Honestly, a lot.
Shut the fuck up.
And I get them from people too, dude, without a doubt. But
plus minus on the fuck yous.
Wow, four, I'd say for sure.
Per ride or like all time?
Per ride.
Here's a good one. Are you riding a Schwinn or what? What kind of bike you got?
Yeah. What kind of bike do you have?
I'm not running a Schwinn. No, it's a 6KU.
You seem like one of those dudes that would just roll around on a divvy.
Do I look like a? No, I'm not a dick guy. Again, that's a
No.
shot, dude. You scream divvy guy. You're a fucking divvy guy, dude. You kidding me?
I
What
look
is it
like a
called?
divvy right now with this blue shirt on.
Oh my gosh. All right. I think that's all I got. Again, let me think of some for next week a little bit.
All right, who played left field to start for the Cubs on opening day?
Say that one more time.
Who started in left field for the Cubs on opening day?
He's on the 10-day IL.
Oh, Jack Peterson.
Peterson. Yup.
Let's do that one next time. The pronunciation.
And then finally, last question: what size is that beanie, and do you have blood circulation to your skull?
I believe this is a one size fits all. I don't know.
It's most.
Fits most. Yes, and yes, I have circulation coming to my fucking brain. You
What
asshole.
size is that beanie, and is it ripped in the back?
No, you have a huge head too, Max. Eat my fucking balls.
I'm literally on the last whatever you want to call it.
The last button.
Dude, no,
The
Jordy.
last button of the snapback.
Jordy is hugging those things, dude.
Oh, God. Never.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, Randy. Thanks for joining us.
right,
Chicago
guys.
complaints with Randy. First one.
Anytime you have a complaint, feel free to come on and just rip them up.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you guys, fellas. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.